Hey everybody, EarthBound here, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker HD. In the previous video, we discovered that Jabun was no longer on Great Fist Isle, and that he's somewhere on our home island, Outset Island. And we have to get there before morning, before the pirates do, or else something will happen. I don't know. But anyway, welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker HD, and today, we're going to be doing all the stuff that I just said a moment ago. I don't know why I'm repeating myself, but anyway, yeah, Miiverse bottle! Let's get the Miiverse bottle! The Miiverse bottle must be my friend. I like the Miiverse bottles. Although I do have to complain about something. In the GameCube version of the game, the Miiverse bottle was... Ooh, the mailbox is actually doing something. Okay, let's check the mail before I continue speaking. Good evening! Letters for Lady Gear to you. We have one letter. Notice from Beatles Sopstep. It's time for some semi-annual Big Chance extravaganza. We have a new product that has burst on the scene. Bombs! We have an extra special sale of those choice item for a limited time only. You'll know where to find us by checking the enclosed Beetle Sopstep chart. Visit a Beetle Sopstep near you today. Offer not available in all regions. Don't miss this huge opportunity! Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. And we get a Beatles chart. This is one of the special charts in this game that have like a very specific functionality to it. So I'm gonna pull it up real quick, and then select a game, and then select a screenshot of that tree is blocking the camera, and then select a screenshot of what the Beatles chart thingy looks like. Yay! I could sell gamepad footage, kind of. Only I could do it in screenshots. I swear. That's like one of the best editions. Bout! Shut up! If what the girl says is true, the pirates won't be relaxing until morning. It must be that they've been and get the program before they are. Shut up, Bout! Anyway, so it's going to take a little while to get from Windfall Island all the way. We have to travel like all the way across the ocean to get back to Outset Island. So I'm going to continue talking about the Miiverse bottle and what that was like on the GameCube version. Miiverse didn't exist when the GameCube was around, so it was the Tingle Tuner. The Tingle Tuner was like this, was the Wind Waker's way of being compatible with the GameCube, Game Boy Advance connector cable thing. What that did was that you could connect a Game Boy Advance to the GameCube and use that to play like mini games and extra features in the game. I think the best example would be like the Legend of Zelda 4 Sword Adventures, where everybody had their own Game Boy Advance and would play it on the television on their Game Boy Advance. I'm doing a terrible job avoiding those things. It's basically like the Wii U, except if the Wii U actually had support for multiple gamepads. Well, it kind of is. The Wii U was programmed with the mindset of being compatible with 2 gamepads, but no games have ever been released for them. But anyway. Back on track, what the Tingle Tuner did in the Wind Waker was that it was made for people who want to play multiplayer but aren't really good at games. Like, if, say, for example, you have a kid who loves to play video games, and you have a parent who likes to play with their kid, but they don't know that much about video games. So the Tingle Tuner was made as a way for them to play and help out their kid, because what it did was that you could like have additional items you can have additional items help you. It was basically just a way for people to play together for people who aren't really good at games. So let me ask this: the Wii U gamepad is basically like a modern version of that, where people on the gamepad can play with their own separate screen away from the television. So let me ask. I love the Miiverse bottles and all, but why did they remove the Tingle Tuner from the game? It seems like a no-brainer that you don't have a cable anymore, so it's a lot easier to have that connectivity for somebody to play on the gamepad while somebody else will play on a Pro Controller. So I never really understood that, why they outright removed it and replaced it with the Miiverse bottle, but that's just my personal opinion. Maybe they'll do something like that with Breath of the Wild, maybe, I don't know. And speaking of which, Breath of the Wild has an official name, and I'm so excited for that game. Like, I started most of my opinions on the game during the E3 reaction videos I've recorded with Green Cobbles Gaming and the James Earl, so you can check that out if you want most of my opinions on the game. But I was not kidding when I said in that video that I think that game has the potential to replace Link's Awakening as my favorite Zelda game. But I want to say this under the assumption that everything Nintendo's saying about the game is like accurate, where you can like go straight to the final boss, you could explore the area in any order you want. If the overworld really is as huge as everybody is saying it is, like everything we saw during the trailers, everything we saw of the Great Dead Plateau, that's just like one tiny little circle of the overworld. Like you see the gamepad, if you see the map of the overworld, you can see that Great Plateau is like one of the smallest parts of the world's map. There are areas that are like 4 times larger than that. And the overworld itself is 12 times larger than that of Twilight Princess. And there's actually stuff to do in the overworld, so... Yeah, this is like Xenoblade. This is gonna be like a Xenoblade quality overworld. But yeah, we're almost back at Outset Island, and it's still raining. Yay, it's raining! Ooh, there's a thing over there. Okay, let's go collect it real quick. Let's go collect it. Yay! And I get the shark fin is over there. Like dun 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 dun. And we got a purple ruby. Ooh, yeah. I love how the lightning and water. I love how the lightning and rain look in this game. Would you stop hitting me, stupid shark? Go away. No one likes you. Go away. That's stupid. What am I doing? We can fight this thing. We have bombs now. What the heck am I doing? Whatever. I was trying to demonstrate that you can use your bombs to fight those things now. I'll probably sort it off at a different chance now, but whatever. I am terrible at fighting with the bombs on the boat. Have you noticed, Lady Gyarados? Did you just see Link as he was turning? That was funny. Have you noticed, Lady Gyarados? Morning has not broken since we arrived on the Great Isle. The land that was so ravaged by monsters, it is as if time itself has frozen. Perhaps this is the curse that Volu spoke of. Whatever the reason, if this night does not end, then we may need not worry about the pirates overtaking us. In fact, it might not be a bad idea for you to visit your hometown and family again after such a long time away. We can speak with Jabun after you do. Now, one thing I want to say right now is that you cannot get back onto the boat until you go inside a building here. And I used to hate this, that you can't get back on the boat until you do that, but ooh, choo-choo. But after there's gonna be a thing coming up soon that I feel completely justifies that limitation that we cannot get back into the boat until we do something, until we go inside of a building. So it's been a little while since we've been home, so let's go check out Link's home to see what exactly his grandmother is up to. Lady Gyarados, Errol, don't go, don't leave your poor old grandma all alone. So sad, just look at her face, it's just so sad. This is like one of the most legitimately sad parts of any Zelda game ever. But anyway, what we want to do right here, now this is going to be great, this is going to greatly benefit. Whoa, that looked cool, the lightning flashed out the window, that looked really awesome. I'm easily distracted right now. What you want to do for this is you want to take out a fairy, and then go over to the grandma and take out the fairy in front of her. This is going to greatly benefit you later in the game, so you definitely want to take your time to do this right now. Oh, Lady Gyarados, is that you? Grandma is always happy to see your bright, shining face. My dear sweet Lady Gyarados, you're safe. That's wonderful. Just wonderful. Did you do this? Did you heal me? Oh, you're such a sweet child. Oh, that's alright. You and your sister Errol are trying to be so strong, and I've just been sitting here moaning and worrying. I'm your grandmother, and I'm the one who should be taking care of you. I'm so sorry. I haven't even considered what you must be going through. I'm a terrible grandma. Lady Gyarados, this is all I have to give you right now. You can keep it in your empty bottle. And we get quite possibly the best potion in this entire game. We get the Elixir Soup. Replenishes all of your life energy and your magic powder. Your attack power will also double until the first time you take damage. Now that is one hearty soup. And your kind old grandmother filled your bottle so full that there's 2 helpings inside. Isn't she the sweetest? You and your sister love the soup, don't you? If you run out, I can make it for you anytime you like. Grandma's going to try to be strong. Link's grandmother has talked about herself with her person. But don't be doing anything reckless. Whenever you have an empty bottle, you can just bring it straight to Grandma. I can make more soup for whatever you like. So, I'm not gonna give it, I'm gonna drink this real quick, just to demonstrate that this can heal all of your magic and your health. So, that's definitely a good thing to take note of. This is quite possibly the best potion you'll get in the game. So, you definitely want to take your time. You definitely want to take your time to be able to go get this. So, actually, you know what? I wasn't going to do this yet, but I think this is actually the best time we can do this. I was just going to go straight to the main story, but there's actually something on here. There's something on Outset Island that I'd like to demonstrate real quick, because, like I said, this might actually be the best time to show this off. Because I was saying that they need a fairy to heal the grandmother, and there's a way you can get fairies to this place. So, I'm going to... Well, I'm not going to cut ahead to getting up there, but whatever. I was going to cut ahead, but I don't think I'm going to do that. So let's cut the grass. I'm the greatest commentator ever, okay? Anyway, we have some enemies right here. We don't want to deal with those right now. You can if you want to, but I don't want to fight those enemies at the moment. So what we want to do is that we're going to climb over here. I don't know if there's any other way you can get over on that part of the island over there without jumping on on the very top of this area over here. Let's pull out our Wind Waker, because that's the name of the game. And make it wind blow west. I would make a Mary Poppins reference, but no, the wind blows in the east in that series. Speaking of Mary Poppins, I heard that they're making another movie for that. Mary Poppins meeting the children all grown up and stuff. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about that, because Peel Travers herself told Disney that she didn't want any more movies for Mary Poppins released after the first one was made. But I just feel like this is kind of disrespecting Peel Travers' wishes, because even though she did allow Walt to make the one movie, she was very strict that she didn't want any more movies to be released after that. But whatever. You know, if the movie's good, I might go see it, but I'm not entirely sure how I feel about them making another movie, because Peel Travers herself told Disney not to make any more. Yeah, would you look at that? It's a fairy in the Zelda game that's not a stripper. Young Waker of the Winds, allow me to aid you in your quest. You can now carry more rubies, and I can hold up to 1,000 rubies. Yeah, we're manly people! So if you want, you can go over here and get some fairies if you want. This is the reason why I wanted to go over here, because if you don't have a fairy at the time you come to this place, you can come over here with bombs and blow up that boulder to go get the fairies. So yeah, that's basically it. And I gotta say, I'm not entirely sure how I feel about the fairies in this game. The Great Fairies are always something in the Zelda series that I've always kind of been iffy about. Because the one in Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time, those ones are just creepy. And the one in Twilight Princess has an interesting design. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about that in the Zelda game. But I'm not sure how I feel about the one in Wind Waker. It looks cool and all, but I'm just not entirely sure how I feel about it. I'd say that my favorite Great Fairy in the Zelda series would probably be the one in Link's Awakening. But if I were to rank them, I'd say Link's Awakening, then Majora's Mask, and then the one in Wind Waker, and then Twilight Princess. I just in Hyrule Warriors you can control the Great Fairy and unleash her creepiness upon the enemies. But whatever. So now we're going to be going over back to the boat, because now we're going to finally progress to this story. Yay! Let's go over to the boat, and I missed. Boat! Shut up! I always had a counter for every time I said that. And I really hope I didn't make my neighbors upset, because that was a lot louder than I thought it was going to be. Anywho, what we need to do is that we need to sail around Outset Island, and then... technically, we can see this at the very beginning of the game. Like, if we were to swim around here, you can see that there's like a little cave over here, but you can't do anything about it because like you don't have access to bombs at the very beginning of the game. You can swim over here, but you'll most likely drown before you get back. I never actually tried this out myself, but that's just what I'm going to be assuming, because this is kind of far away from where you can swim in the dirty part of the game. So yeah, that's like one of the easiest parts of the game, to shoot those down with the bombs. Now, something I've read is that those frame rate issues that happen with the bombs throughout the game, those apparently were not in the GameCube version, so I'm not sure why they're in the Wii U version. Well met, here Hyrule King. Well met indeed, Jabun. I am pleased to see that you are safe. The events said that we have long feared seem to have been set in motion. Yes, it seems Ganon has returned. There can be no other explanation. If you have sought me out, it must mean you have found the hero of time, does it not? Unfortunately, that is not so. Then for what purpose have you come to see me? The one I have brought with me has no connection to the legendary one, and yet I sense great promise in the courage that this one possesses. Promise? I suggest that I leave the fate of Hyrule up to... You suggest that I leave the fate of Hyrule up to mere chance? I do. It is the only way. I see. I suppose it is up to the gods to deem whether his courage is true. I give to you the guideposts of the gods. You got Nairu's pearl. The water spirit Jabun was kind enough to give you this pearl, a treasure of one of the goddesses. This jewel is to dispel the curse again as cast upon this land. So, the foul rain and endless night were indeed elements of the curse brought just by Ganon. He must intend to cast this land into pure darkness for all time. Tell me, Hyrule King, have you learned the whereabouts of the one who carries the bloodline of the princess, Zelda? I believe I have. That is well. You must protect Zelda, as he cannot be permitted to fall into the hands of Ganon. I am counting on you. Ganon's curse has been broken by the power of the pearl that Jabun gave us, so morning should come soon. It is well that we have gathered all the pearls. Are you ready, Lady Geardew? I have marked the places where you must set the pearls on your sea chart. Once you have placed each of the pearls in its proper location, the proving grounds for your courage will become apparent. Clearly, the search for Jabun has shown that Ganon has take the effort to block our path forward. It is certain that the perils ahead will be greater than any of you have faced thus far. You should finishing the business you have here on Outset right now, so I don't have to any regrets later. Alright, so now we have 3 places marked on the map, which I'll be demonstrating right now. But there are a few things that I'd like to say as we're going towards these 3 areas that are marked on the map that I'd like to bring up real quick. There's something interesting about Jabun that's in the game's coding. If you were to look through the game's coding, there is an unused audio file of Jabun screaming in pain, which I'll play right now. Yeah, whatever triggered that, it doesn't sound very pleasant. Like, what I'm imagining is that earlier in the game's story, Ganon had managed to at least injure Jabun, if not kill him outright. And that this would have played either in like a flashback um, or Link would have seen it for himself or something like that. I don't know exactly, but that audio file just like always like it's like forever burned into my brain whenever I think about Jabun. Like, if I'm talking to you about Jabun to my friends and stuff like that, then that audio file is the first thing that comes into mind because like I said, it's like forever burned into my brain. Now, something interesting about these statues, I did point these out when we were in the old man's house in Windfall Island. He took a picture of these statues in his house, so you can check that out if you want. But there's something interesting about these statues, like all three of them, that I found very worth mentioning. If we look at this one, he has his eyes are blue, and there's a crack on his mouth. Wandering traveler who seeks the guideposts of the goddesses, place the pearl you hold here. Alright, so like I said, the cracked mouth and the blue eyes, voice crack, and the blue eyes kind of give that statue an appearance of a blue Pikmin. So maybe we'll see other similarities to Pikmin throughout for the other statues. Maybe we won't. Who are we kidding? We will. Yay, we found it! We found the thingy-majigger! So, let's go over there and put the pearl in the next goddess statue hand thing. If you look at this statue, if I can actually climb up here, if you look at this statue, then you can see that its eyes are yellow and it has ears resembling a yellow Pikmin. Super amazing Wii U lighting effects! Alright, with that taken care of, now we have just one more remaining. Looking at this statue, its eyes are red and it has like a big nose, which resembles a red Pikmin. But I gotta be honest, it kind of more resembles Olimar to me because the nose just it looks more round and stuff like that. Because like a red Pikmin nose, it's not nearly as round as like Olimar's. It is like kind of pointy, like this Pikmin statue has kind of a pointy nose, but it always looked more like Olimar than a red Pikmin to me. I told you that one map in Tetris Room was important. Yes, my son. I'm sorry, I just always loved that part.